The IRS has a 9-factor test to determine if your business is real or a hobby. If they decide it's a hobby, you lose every deduction. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. I want to tell you about a client of mine. He had a photography business on the side. Wedding portraits, events. He was passionate about it. He put real time into it, and he deducted every legitimate business expense. His home, his travel, all of those things. After 3 years of reporting losses on Schedule C, the IRS audited him. He was told that this wasn't a busy. It was a hobby. Just like that, $40,000 was disallowed. 3 years of work thrown out the window. Tonight, I'm going to make sure that never happens to you. Welcome to Get a Hustle. I'm Tim Clay. Let's get to work. Let me explain exactly what's at stake here. Because it's purely a tax law issue that most people planning small side businesses have never heard of. The community calls it the hobby loss rules. The IRS says that if your activity is a hobby, you can deduct your losses, your expenses only up to your income. So in other words, if you have a hobby cannot show a loss. A business, on the other hand, can show a loss. So the thing with the side business is that you have to do certain things to prove that this is actually a business activity, not just something that you're doing to write off expenses to actually help you get a bigger refund from your job income. And that's really what this whole issue is about. Is this a legitimate business, or is it just something that you're just trying to mess around with and still write off expenses for your lifestyle, meals, vehicle, whatever? So the IRS has a 9-factor test, and we're going to start out looking at some of the first ones. And the test is to determine if it's a business or a hobby. So factor number 1, do you conduct this activity in a business-like manner? This means keeping complete books, maintaining a separate bank account, maybe having a business plan, something that shows business intent. Number 2 is, do you have expertise in the area? So the IRS is going to want to look to see if you're a professional or just somebody that's messing around. Number 3 is time and effort. Are you actually spending time and effort in this business, and you can document and show it? And are your assets appreciating in value? Is the business growing in value? Are you getting more clients? That was number 4. Number 5, have you had previous success in this area? That's a history. So factor 6 is your history of income and losses. Startup losses in the early years is normal, is expected for a business, and the IRS understands that. But what they're looking for is a pattern. If you've been reporting losses year after year and no increase in revenue, that's going to look like a hobby, something that's just your lifestyle that you're writing off. The amount of profit that you make, hopefully your profit is growing and getting larger. That's number 7. And number 8 is your overall financial situation. They're going to look at your W-2 income. They're going to look at what the business is doing, and they're going to carefully look at your profit motive. And then number 9, your personal pleasure or recreation. So anything that has personal enjoyment, photography, travel, they're going to look at this to make sure that it's a business and not just a lifestyle type of thing. So the IRS has what they call the 3 of 5 rule, meaning that you shouldn't show more than 3 years of losses out of a 5-year period. So if you have 7 straight years of losses, you could potentially be in audit candidate. So be careful with that.
Small business owner, this one's for you. You don't need 10 different places for 10 different problems. You need one. The Birmingham Business Resource Center is your one-stop shop to increase capacity, access capital, and gain customers. Need a business plan review? They do that. Trying to get lender ready? Come to Working Capital Wednesdays. Want to sit across from a real banker? They'll make the introduction at Meet the Bankers. From their Pathway to Entrepreneurship series to one-on-one counseling, it's practical, it's proven, and it's built for you. The BBRC has 30 years of helping Birmingham businesses grow, and there's always an event with your name on it right now. See the full calendar at myBBRC.biz, that's myBBRC.biz, or call 205-250-6380. Birmingham Business Resource Center. Take your business to new heights.
Remember, you have to provide the intent. The IRS can't read your mind. There's no easy way for them to know what your actual intent is or why you started this activity. So you have to prove that you're in business, you're trying to make money. And this is how you want to have an airtight trail, audit trail. You want to have a separate business account, maybe a credit card in the business. You want to show where you have clients, you document client meetings, you have financial statements, a profit and loss statement, how much is coming in, how much is going out. Maybe you use some free low-cost accounting software. Have a business plan. It can be a simple 1, 2, 3-page business plan. And a business activity log. Do you actually keep a log of all of your business meetings, your meetings with vendors, customers, and also keep up with your professional development or how you're honing your skills to be a better business person? Also, emails, client communications, invoices, all of these things show business intent, shows that you're running your business like a business and not a hobby. This is something that you want to start doing today. So it's very important that your business intent is crystal clear. So I got a 10-point checklist that I'm going to run over with you real quickly, but also we have this checklist that you'll be able to download. So be sure and read through each item and take your time and make sure that you're touching all of these bases. So I want you to look at, if you had 3 to pick, I'd say numbers 1, 6, and 10. Those are very, very important items to look at. The full checklist is downloadable. I want you to print it out, check it off, tackle what you haven't done, educate yourself. So one thing I want you to do before I close this video, be sure and drop me a comment and tell me, do you have a side business activity that the IRS might consider a hobby? What is it? Download the business intent documentation checklist from the description. Be sure and use it. It saved thousands. I'm Tim Clay. This is Get a Hustle. Let's get to work. Coming up next on Get a Hustle, we're going to do a deep dive on the 12 essential steps to starting your business the right way. Entity selection, EIN, correct bank account, all of these things, the foundation that will help you have business success. That's next time on Get a Hustle. See you there.